Hey, I'm Matt Dale. Welcome to another deep dive into an area of cult TV that you never thought you needed. Today we're going to be looking at that final caption card in the end of the final episode of the original series of Quantum Leap. This is one of the most commonly quoted goofs in all of sci-fi TV history. We all know his name is spelt Becket with two T's, and somehow this caption comes up at the end with just the one T. Everyone knows about this mistake. We all know that on first broadcast, it was spelt with one T. When it was shown in England, I remember it was spelt with one T. The DVD releases, the Blu-ray releases, even when it was translated into French, the French captions have a single T. One French fan actually reported that when it was very first broadcast, there was a double misspelling and it was in fact spelt with two E's and one T. Also, when it's shown in Germany and Italy, they take the English captions and dub over them, so technically the typo is there as well.
Dr. Sam Becket kehrte nie wieder nach Hause zurück.
Il dottor Sam Becket non fece mai ritorno a casa.
One other thing worth pointing out, there is only one other time in the series that his name appears, and that's on a driver's license in this very episode. It's the only other time his name appears on screen, so you could argue that the driver's license is incorrect and the caption is correct. I'm not going to argue that one though. Now here's where things start to get interesting. Quite recently I was speaking to a fan who was based in Oregon in the mid-90s and distinctly recalls that there was no typo. The name was spelt with two T's. Now this was 25 years ago, maybe her memory isn't what it is, but also if you delve back into news groups from the time, there's fans in New Zealand who are reporting as the episode went out that it had two T's in it. This isn't a 25-year-old memory. These are messages on news groups saying this is what's happening right now on screen. But if you're still not convinced, there was another fan in Philadelphia who recorded it that night as it went out in 1993, and this is the results. Now I've spoken to the person that recorded this. It's not a fan edit, it's not a fix, it's not a correction. This is as it went out in 1993 in Philadelphia. Which of course begs the question, how would fans in Philadelphia, Oregon and possibly other places see one thing and other fans elsewhere see something else? And for that we need to take a bit of a look at how American TV was distributed back in the days before high-speed internet. So what traditionally would happen would be TV studios would lock down their content, put it on tapes and then send them around the country to different affiliates to be able to show as and when they were due to. This was obviously costly and tapes risked getting damaged or lost, so over time new technology was developed, and by the time Quantum Leap was out, quite a lot of TV was starting to be distributed via satellite. So what would happen is at a given time a TV studio would play out in real time on a secure frequency the latest episode of their TV show. The different affiliate stations would record it and then they'd be able to have their own tapes to be able to play back in the given time slot. Now the only thing that makes sense to me is that there was a bit of a crossover period going on in the 90s and Quantum Leap was uplinking its episodes via satellite to the stations that could receive satellite uplink, but still sending tapes around the country to those that couldn't. And because of the time delay between the satellite uplink and shipping the tapes out, they were able to make the correction between one and the other. Now, some of this is definitely guesswork. If you've got any other evidence or any other suggestions or guesses, please post them in the comments below. In the meantime, please click the like button and also subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified every time I do another deep dive into the weird world of cult TV.